Only one place is what is remaining in the final of the 2024 CAF Champions League COSAFA qualifiers, and those teams to get us to the final are actually battling it out this afternoon at Mpira Stadium in Chiwembe. A very good afternoon. It's actually sunny in Blantyre, Chiwembe, Mpira Stadium to be specifically. People are enjoying a lot of things. They are enjoying the view from Sochi Mountain. But now for the two teams, it's not fun. It's about who actually goes through to the final of this particular tournament. Remember, it's a fourth edition of the COSAFA qualifiers CAF Champions League. They have had their group matches. Let's appreciate how the run has been for University of Western Cape as well as Young Buffaloes.
It was a beautiful ball coming from the right-hand side in a corner that met the substitute coming in pretty early in the match that set the town waggings. Amogelang Mutau also asked the question of Aisha Mwana, and it is Gamede that got onto the score sheet in the second match. Gamede playing the 1-2 with Sibulele Holweni, and the keeper had no chance. Ongos tried with everything that they had, and they were unfortunately on the losing side as they continued to probe. This game got quickly far away from them as a very, very determined Ongos with pace and not having precision. Goalkeeper Dlamini coming out to stop that chance. A mistake made by Gamede, and keeper had to tidy up. It was UWC up against her rentals, a match that had all the glitz and glamour. A wonderful goal by Knox, who made sure that UWC drew first blood in a very, very tightly contested match. Another ball just hitting the woodwork, and this time Gamede, needing no second invitation, she made sure that the net bubbled, and it was UWC comfortably in the lead. Her rentals trying with everything they had. The woodwork coming to the rescue. Luck was not on their side as the ball just ricocheted, but Moyo had other ideas, just wrapping the ball on the left foot and making sure that the net bulged. In the match against Young Buffaloes, the first match was against Ascent Academy, in which they were taught a lesson, experience versus youth, as Young Buffaloes were taken to the wire by a very, very determined team. But it is the player, Tenanile Kampala, making sure that she registered her name and started the goal feast. Ascent Academy, on the other hand, also had opportunities aplenty, and they took them pretty well. 2-1 the scoreline as Ascent Academy running away winners with their captain, as they made sure that it wasn't an easy task. They were then up against Gaborone United in that match, a 1-1 draw, going into the halftime break, leading by 1 goal, and the defending was just on point. Eventually finding the equalizer was again Tenanile Kampala. Young Buffaloes were not done as they went on to face UD Lichinga in their last game of the group stages. And in this match, it was a menacing Young Buffaloes that made sure that they get through. But Gaborone was not to be outdone. Yeah, it was the beginning of the demolition. Fantastic play as Ngampala and Lovu did ever so well. Ball again finding the back of the net. This time their captain didn't need a second invitation to an empty net. UD Lichinga tried with everything they could as Joao Miguel and Filomena Fernando were denied by a very, very determined goalkeeper. A mistake in their defense, but still not able to find the back of the net was UD Lichinga, which they definitely lived to rue the moments and the chances that were missed. But it was a one-man show, a one-woman show in Qinile Dlamini, just making all the saves, and in this match, winning the lady of the match. A tame shot that destroyed the hearts of UWC as Ndlovu also registered her name. They call her AK-47, but that was the beginning of the birth of Sphilisile Ndlovu. Keeper comes out, was not comfortable, and again Ndlovu just making sure that she cements and is the hat-trick hero in that particular match.
That's how they have actually enjoyed their run this far in these COSAFA qualifiers. Let's now appreciate how Group A is actually looking like. University of Western Cape will be, they are topping the standings with 6 points.
Gotcha.
And Herentos finished in group stages, finished second with 6 points. Goals were what determined the winner as well as the runner-up in that Group A. In Group B, it was actually Young Gaborone United finished top with 5 points, and Young Buffaloes finished second with 4 points and 3 goals. That's how they managed to book a place into the semi-final of this particular tournament. Let's now appreciate how semi-final 1 actually went through with Gaborone United. That 87-minute strike was what differentiated who goes through and who actually exit this particular tournament. And it was Gaborone United going through, waiting to see who actually battled out with them in the final. Is it University of Western Cape or maybe Young Buffaloes? We'll wait to see. The crowd wouldn't want to miss any second of this particular second semi-final as they are here trying to appreciate how these two teams will actually battle it out for a place into the final of the COSAFA qualifiers. They have actually had their say of how they would want to approach the knockout stage of this tournament. Young Buffaloes, they have ever graced this tournament, but they have set a new record for themselves, playing in their first semi-final. Let's appreciate what they have to say of this match. Coach, playing the second semi-final of the CAF Champions League, how have you been preparing the girls for this game?
We obviously had 2 off days, but not necessarily off days. So we had time to watch their games and time to analyze them and prepare for this one. So we only had a training yesterday, which was match day -1, preparing for this one.
The approach that you've actually implemented in all the group stages has given you that dominance. If we're to go for the first 11 of the group stages where your players have actually dominated in that, is it motivation heading into a semi-final?
I think that's how you win games. If you dominate in terms of position, it means you control the games. It means you have opportunities to create chances. I think what has been lacking for us from our side is that converting our chances. So again today, same approach. We try to control the game with the ball and try to be the one dictating the tempo and try to at least convert our chances that we normally convert.
Looking at Young Buffaloes, looks like you actually enjoy the possession that you are looking for, but how are you using that to your advantage?
Swaziland is close to us. So they play similar football to us. So if we give them space and time on the ball, they have players that are capable enough to be dangerous for us. So we try to be first on everything, first on the ball. If it's a second ball, first on second ball. Because like I'm saying to you, if we give them time and space, they can actually hit us because they are also very much comfortable on the ball.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
As Young Buffaloes, you've set a new record for yourself, actually progressing from the group stages compared to the last editions that you've been at this platform. How are you approaching your first semi-final at this particular tournament?
There's nothing different. We are taking one game at a time. We are approaching as the way we are approaching the other games. But the difference today is we have to pack the midfield in order for UWC not to go forward because they are good in the midfield.
You've watched UWC of how they have played in their group matches. As young Buffaloes, what will win you this game?
It's caught them on counter. If you can caught them on counter and score. Once you didn't score, then there's nothing.
Should we expect any changes from the players that you have actually used in your last game?
Yeah, there are changes because just right now when we are just entering here, they said our number 7 is not playing, so automatically we have to change.
All the best into the semi-final.
Thank you.
The teams are making their way onto the park. This is match number 13 of the tournament. We're live from Chiwembe Mpira Stadium. It is University of Western Cape from South Africa. They are up against their neighbors in Young Buffaloes from Eswatini. This is the second semi-final, and the first semi-final concluded much earlier, which went to Gaborone United, winning by 1-0 against Herentals of Zimbabwe. A very good afternoon to you, and welcome to one of our showstoppers, the final before the final. The captains, as Tenanile leads her charges to the customary greetings, as well as the officials who will be in charge of this match. It is the University of Western Cape that hold on. We're talking about the assignment that is very, very clear. They failed the first test. They just about did enough to pass the second test. They needed the third test to convince everyone that they are ready for the exam. This one is another one of those anxious, and they deserved the adventure. When you're looking at the animal kingdom and you're looking at the royal kingdom, that beauty awaits them. This is the lineup that is put forward by coach University of Western Cape. It is Dlamini, it's Mhlakaza, it is Korki, it is Mamabolo, Zondi Kesane, Manengela, Kamede, Mchambane, Mhlongo, and Maponya. Kanya Klesi is on the bench, and so is Zakona. Figile Vanessa Magama is also relegated to the bench, and Unati Carol Simaile is also there. Surprisingly, Amukelang Masejo Mutao, the navigator, is finding a way in the stands. Looking at the captains as well as the referee with the toss to pick a side and pick the ball. The two captains, that is Bonke Kakamete and Tenanile Kampala, they are to make sure that they choose a side. And that is done. Here's the officials: Chipo Maibo Messi and Polotso Mabara from Lesotho, Roda Molande from Mozambique, Gloria Sambumba of Zambia. It is Mercy Chipo that will be responsible for this match. Young Buffaloes with the yellow and maroon, and looking at their lineup, it is Qinile Dlamini, it's Tenanile Kampala, Futhi Dlamini, and Spilisiwe Ndlovu, Nokutula Dlamini, Celiwe Kambule, Nomvulo Precious Duva, and Welile Constance Ndwandwe, Smangele Nobuhle Sikodze, and Badelitsile Ngobo Ngozo. They have Portia Malinga, they have Petunia Mamba, and they also have Nokwanda Dube on the bench. Glory Mamba and Tela Malangeni Dlamini is also on the bench. It is UWC that will get us underway, and standing around the ball is a very determined Pilisa Mchamba, and she says this match is one of those. Bonkeka Kamete, the captain of the side, that is to lead her charges. The coach's work is done when it gets to this point. We're waiting for referees' orders to get this match going. Young Buffaloes, who were battled and battered and bruised, were taken pound for pound in their previous match. UWC Attacking the goal from the right to the left of your screen in their blue uniforms with a bit of yellow trimming. And immediately Tiffany Korki will come on. A rare start for Tiffany. And just spotting 3 changes for UWC. Tsesana is the winger. Amukhelang is on the bench. Sibulele Holweni also relegated to the bench. Figile Magama, another one of those relegated to the bench. Just one change that is being picked up with young Buffaloes, and that was Nondumo, who is also relegated to the bench. So 1 change made by young Buffaloes, 3 made by the University of Western Cape. Alongside me is Esther Banda.
Well, UWC have been constant with their formation. It has actually given them balance. It has given them a good wing play. So if we have to see today's game, we actually expect the same thing to happen today.
Well, definitely the coach still keeping the 4-5-1 formation, just using the lone striker in Mjambane, packing that midfield. So combination play in the middle of the park would absolutely be great. The build-up that they're known to have in that defense will also be on point. And there they are building up yet again as Maponya will bring this ball forward, looking for the run that is being made. Knox, who's become a crowd favorite, she's been adopted in Malawi, is Nokolo Kesane. She is a twin to Sinokolo. Knox, by the time this match is over, she would be given a nickname that is Knox, without a doubt. I'm sure you're waiting to hear, what do the people of Malawi call Knox? Stay with me. I'll hold that one back. I'm looking for a fitting name for Knox. Qinile Dlamini is on the other end with orange gloves. Knox. One thing I can show you, everybody's waiting to hear, what name have I given to Knox? Koketso Mamabolo. Mchamban. Korki, ball in the box. Keeper comes out. Keeper comes out. Qinile Dlamini. There's another effort from Antonia. Antonia, if given room, the 2 fullbacks, as we have a look at Korki delivering a cross, but look at the run from Nondumiso Manengela, doing well to come in a little bit late in the box, but she's done well, is Sikonze, making sure that she makes it rather uncomfortable. Korki losing out. A little too much to ask of Welile. Antonia Maponya, Kamede. Simniki Wemsakaz. Lona Temba Mhlongo. One thing that young Buffaloes intend to do is to disrupt the midfield of UWC, where they do have great players who are strong on the ball. There is Knox. I'm still holding it. I'm keeping you in suspense. I'm still holding that name. Koketso. Kalulu. There's the Kalulu. Knox. Kalulu. Kesa. Shot. Keeper comes out. Koketso Mamabolo.
Well, if you look at Futi, has to stay on the feet much longer to keep Knox on her pocket. She cannot allow to be turned upside down.
Yeah, definitely Futi's defensive qualities are going to be asked. Here's Kalulu. There's Kalulu. Nokoloka Sahane. She's losing out. Nokoloka Sahane. He's definitely the crowd favorite. Congratulations to UWC. They have 5 players that made the best 11 in the group stages. That is Nokolo Kesane Karuru. That is Figile Magama Kabaza. Then you have Amukelang Motao Suri in the middle of the park. You've got Spelile Lamin, also Ichocho. 5 players as questions are being asked, and that's not to trouble Echocho. Specific Lamini. She is the bouncer. She is the bouncer. You're not allowed to get into her territory. You're not allowed to come through her door. That is Specific Lamini, goalkeeper of UWC. Antonia Maponya finds Knox. Dissecting ball for Manengela. Little too slow to react is Manengela. Knox. Looking at that ball in the middle of the park as Manengela. Again, looking for the outlet on the left-hand side. You have so much of pace on the left and the right-hand side. You have so much of width. They'll hover that touch line, Antonia, to open up. Mistake made by Kameda. Tenanile is giving chase. The rest doing the world of good for the ladies. Gorky getting ahead of Zinesa. Batelisile Ngozo just guilty of holding on UWC player, giving the free kick. Need players to make up the spaces. Giving chase to Simniki Mhlagaza. Mhlagaza playing it well with Antonia Maponya. Kamede finding Manengela. Lona Temba Mhlongo. Smangele Sekodze plays it with the keeper. A keeper in trouble. A keeper in trouble. Penalty! Penalty! Penalty for holding. It is a yellow card, and the pressure was mounting. Quinile gets a yellow card for holding the player. She gets to face a penalty very early in this match. The second penalty of this tournament. The keeper should have just played the safety first. She doesn't have the pace, and which is what we spoke about, how frightening the pace is from UWC. And Pilisam Jambane was very quick to spot the trouble and draw the foul.
And there's actually a rule for holding an opponent to score. You mentioned it even yesterday that you can get a yellow card for doing that.
Penalty, 1-0 UWC. Pilisile Jambane gets the goal. They go off to sleep. They're putting you off to sleep, but it's way too early to go to sleep. Could this be the floodgates? Could this be the opening of the floodgates? The referee apologizing. Well, this is the incident that got them into trouble. The incident in which Pilisile Mchambane was fouled by the goalkeeper. As the goalkeeper, she tried to get around the penalty taken, and that was a beauty, and taken furthest away by Nondumisa Manengela. Manengela picking a spot, keeper had no chance. That's not the way, that's not what Coach Fiziwe wanted. Here's UWC yet again. Very early goal for UWC. Here's Gorky giving chase. Gorky needs a better cross than that. She had Knox in the goal, and Knox giving the instruction to take your time. She had Knox, she had Mjamba in it to aim for. Lona Temba Mhlongo. It's in the air, brought back by Welly Lindwandwe, who's just come and footed into the pocket. UWC are cleverly bypassing the midfield because they've realized that the coach Shope has set up in such a way that they want to be disruptive to UWC's game, and they come up with another plan to say, let's don't go in the midfield, let's go on the sides. Antonia Maponya. Antonia Maponya. Knox. Koketso. Goes back to Simniki Wemshagas. Play switch to the right. Looking for Zondi. Gorky is sandwiched by two players. When you have your goal scorer coming all the way back, here's young Buffaloes from Eswatini. Pile Samchamba. Tenanile, another goal poacher in Tenanile. I've got a name for her. Here's Knox. 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 She's looking for the support. She switches it. Koketso. Koketso Mamabolo. Antonia's available. Kamede rotating the ball, knocking it about, looking for the run. Mchamban. On the edge is Manengela. Koketso keeps it alive. Antonia Maponya, she'll decide 1-2, 1-2. Maponya holding on to the player unfairly, and the referee gives a free kick to young Buffaloes.
Well, we can see constant pressure from Holweni and Noxie. It is a match that appears to be frustrating young Buffaloes from building from the back. Rather Coakley.
Machambana giving chase. Ball in the air, and you can see the plan. You can see the plan. Knox. Lona Tembamsong goes to her captain, Bongega Gamete. The pitbull, Bongega Gamete, goes out to the right-hand side. Zondi. Zondi is available. Gamete is also. Lona Temba is on the receiving end. Here is Manengela. She's really been, in the previous match, one of the players to put her hand up and take the game strongly at that. Manchamban looking for Gorky. Sbulele Holweni is on the substitute bench. Manengela. as Tina Sonke. Tina Sonke looks very upset with the players. She wants them to be ruthless. One goal is not enough for her. And she has every right. He's also looking calm. He's wondering and hoping not for that to happen. He wants them to get out of that defense and look for more pockets up front. UWC piling on the pressure.
Yes, as we can see on the bench, Coach Tina Sonke telling the girls, like, push on, because Young Buffaloes are actually survivors. It has been a real test for them from the very first game. They played on the back foot with Ascent Academy, asking a lot of questions and firing from all cylinders. So it is a survival for them.
No, definitely. It's a team that has character. It's a team that had to dig deep. Ascent Academy taught them a lesson. They conceded very early in the match, and from there on, it was curtains. They couldn't come back. In actual fact, they were shell-shocked. The second game as well was a tight one that gave them even a red card. That shows how robust they can be, how physical they can be. But the third match was the best of Young Buffaloes against UD Lichinga. Kamede. The Pitbull. Lona Temba Mhlongo. Knox. Sine. Gorki. Zondi. Gorki leaves it for Zondi. Zondi to take the throw in. Kamede has mastered this playing surface. It is an artificial turf. A crowd is coming to support the ladies from Mpira Stadium, just in and around Mpira. That ball ricocheting off Ms. Ndwandwe. Welile Ndwandwe. Another corner for UWC. Knox will just get out of the melees and go and find a space outside the 18-yard, just around the big box. The ball floats in. Keeper stands firmly on a line, and that ball just allowed for a goal kick. Antonia Mamponya. 1-0, conceding very early in the match, a penalty. Throw in, looking for Pilisa. Antonia seems to be given the responsibilities to take the throw in. Here's Kalulu. Kalulu. Here's Knox. Kalulu Kesa. Koketso. Antonio. And referee doesn't like. And challenge. Welile Ndwandwe. Ndwandwe goes to the left side. Eliwe Kambule. Ndwandwe. Ndwandwe has been hassled by Korki. Here's Knox. Tried to play the back heel for Koketso Mamabolo. Zondi. Korki creating space for herself. Koketso making the run. So is Mchambane calling for the support, but Korki wasn't able to deliver. As Kamede decides, let me take responsibility. Knox is on the far end, if spotted well. The supply will be very important to her. Zondi. UWC are not done yet. Chest. Using the chest to just cushion that ball. Simnikiwe Mhlakaza. Antonia Maponya. Maponya sends another ball down the line. Philisa Mjambane. There's not much support play, but comes in the form of Knox. Kalulu. Knox is available. Here's Knox. Playing the 1-2, hopefully. Doesn't get the return pass. Koketso decides to take on the defender. And Futi doesn't mind that. She says, this is my breakfast. This is my lunch. This is my supper.
She knows she's in the territory. She knows that the ball is on their side. They've got all the chances to take it in.
Cross. Here's Knox. Manengela, ball bobbling. This is Knox. Look at the skill. Yes! That's why we call her Kalulu. That is why we call her Kalulu. That is Knox. "21 minutes, UWC 1. Free kick. Eliwe Kambule. Antonio. Knox. Kalulu Klesan. Knox. Kalulu Klesan. Koketso Mamabolo. Knox. There's Knox. Kalulu. Klesan. Knox. That's what the crowd have paid to come and watch.
That is why she is called Ekalulu, because Ekalulu dribbles. She can turn left, right, and center. She cannot be caught easily.
Throw in. Philisa. Knox. Koketso. Knox. Welile. Notando. Simnikile Mhlakazi. She is just playing with such calm as Mhlakazi. Lona Temba Mhlonge. Good combination in their center back. The two fullbacks, Antonia as well as Zondi. They given the opportunity to push up a little bit. But this player on the ball, Manengela, she's been fantastic. Playing the 1-2 with Philisa. Knox just waiting in the wings. Here's Manengela. With the scoreline remaining as is, this could be a repeat of 2023 final where South Africa played against Botswana.
And it was actually double action who made it to the finalists, and they were beaten by Mamelodi Sundowns at 2-0 loss.
Well, we definitely have two teams that will be quite happy to get their names onto the trophy. Manengela. Kamede steals it. Knox. Yes, Kamede. Knox. Kamede. The crowd love it. Kamede, who's a defender.
Midfield controlled by Kamede should be pivotal in order for the combination to be effective. Quick 1-2s and a solution.
Quick 1-2s. Look at that strike. She didn't get it on target, but she has an eye for goal. Kamede, the pitbull. Antonia Maponya. Simnikiwe Mhlakazi. Lona Temba Mhlongo. Kamede finds Korki. Tiffany Korki. 1-2. Eliminates one. On the edge of the box. Needs a decent cross. Good Good work by Gozo. Good work by Ngozo. As the coach or assistant coach. Ball in. Header. Kamata! The football. This is the third goal of the tournament. Bongeka Kamata makes it 2. The third game in this tournament. Bongeka Kamata, number 17. Captain, my captain. Captain, my captain. She asked the questions. She tried earlier on. It went over the bar. Persistence gives you perfection. And that was a perfect strike. Let's have a look at it again. It's a corner. She comes out, and what a header. Beautiful. Great effort. Bongeka peels away. Nobody marking her or going with her. And Knox was first to go down. She's so in a hurry to go to sleep. Oh, and joined by the bench. 2-0. Bongeka Smangele Kamede. The pitbull. And that's how dangerous she is in that midfield.
She is the captain. She has to lead by example. And others will follow.
Knox. Gorky. Gorky. Gorky stayed on her feet. Gorky stayed on her feet. Nomvuyo. This is another corner. Bongeka Kamede. This is a demolition very early on. 2 goals to the good. I asked about the floodgates. Penile Dlamini is not able to keep the balls out so far. Polished performance, business-like performance. Corner. Ball in the box. This time keeper makes sure she's in trouble. Gorky follows through and protected by the referee. Protected by the referee. Good to see her up and about is Penile Dlamini. She was the player of the match in the previous game is Bongeka. Bongeka is also a player of the match in game number 10. They came into this match on the summit of Group B with 6 points. Herentals 6 points. And the reason they were on the summit was because of the head-to-heads. When UWC played Herentals, it was UWC that won that match by 2 goals. 2 goals to 1, hence using the head-to-head to decide who is number 1 and who's number 2. Herentals being number 2 and going on to lose that match. Here's Knox. Here's Knox. Kalulu. Antonia. Lonatemba Mhlongo. Kalulu. That's Koketso. Koketso brings in Zondi. Zondi will bring in a cross. And forced to clear their lines is Young Buffaloes.
Well, for Young Buffaloes, they need to wake up, and they need to be very organized in all departments. There's no need and there's no time for them to feel inferior at this time.
There's a change. There's a change. Number 20 coming on. Tela Malangeni. Dlamini. There's a player down. Tela Malangeni has just come on, and her place was, she's taken the place of Sisanda Nzinisa. Well, here are the earlier winners, and Gaborone United, who are looking on and watching and plotting and taking notes. They won their game by 1-0 against the Rangers of Zimbabwe. And one thing I can assure you, nobody gave them a chance. The bookies got that one wrong, but this is football. There is no therefore in football. Player being stretched off for a moment. Young Buffaloes, they are down to 10 players on the park. The one player being stretched off momentarily. Antonia. First change. A coach responding to the 2-goal deficit. Lonathemba Mhlongo. Lonathemba Mhlongo waltzes away from a challenge, looking for Koketso Gorky. Ball in the air, away by Nomvuyo. Throw in this time. UWC are camping in the opposition half. Corner. Pauline. In the air, keeper comes out. Gorky brings it back in. Kamede on the edge of the box. Antonia in an offside position. Antonia in an offside position. It was a decent ball. This is how she stays behind. Ball coming to the right-hand side and receiving it in an offside position. Antonia. 2-0. Yes, Koketso. Tidied up by Smangele. Bongeka Kamede. Yes, Gorky. Ball whipped in, keeper goes to the ground. You need a better quality, better service. Players are expecting that delivery to be a lot more effective. Gorky getting into positive positions, but the ball may seem a little too heavy for Gorky to whip in those crosses. Maybe she needs to ask her coach if she can use a size 4. Tiffany Gorky. Antonia does well. There's the build-up. Here is the build-up. Shakas across the face. Zondi. Zondi does well. The combinations will start flowing. Back from Manengela to Zondi. Zondi has the option to use Lonathemba Mhlongo. Mhlongo has Antonia Maponya. Maponya on the receiving end with acres of space. Staying back is Buffaloes. Here is Kalulu. Kalulu knocks. And she loses out. Knox. Portia makes away. Portia Malinga. Portia comes on for Nortando. The player being stretched off. Being stretched away is Nortando. Is not able to return to the match. Included with the pressure of the ball, that is Nortando. Being stretched out of the field, that's Nortando, who had come in, covers her face, and will receive treatment on the touchline. But her place has been taken by Portia Malinga. Gamede, the Pitbull, Manengela. The race is on. Lona Temba Mhlongo is awake. There's no sleeping. They do celebrate in that manner, but this time they are not sleepist. Gorky. Throw in by Zondi. Manengela just gives herself the opportunity to play the quick one to Koketso, spotting Gorky with space and a quick outstretched leg. Just stopping Gorky in her tracks, and quickly the referee wanting the foul taken at the right space. She's definitely using the activations of the outlet is Tiffany Gorky. Free kick to UWC. Goalkeeper Trinile is trying to get her wall. It's a three-man wall. Referee taken. Zondi. She needs the ball into the box. Gorky, header. There's Manengela. There's Manengela. Here's Manengela, waltzing away. Here's Kaluru playing the 1-2, expecting the return. Gamede decides she'll go in the center, plays with the Pitbull, quick 1-2, and there is Pilisa Mjambane. Mjambane also falls backwards to Zondi. Zondi finds Gamede, just a body check there in that moment. Salza Dami, Antonia Maponya for UWC. It's Pilisa Mjambane. Pilisa. Quick throw in. It's a throw in. Played back, and the touch not giving them the room they needed to move forward. Collecting, and at her first pole is the keeper. Zondi's done well. She's one of three players. Gamede has done well. Manengela losing out. Dlamini, Telamalanga. Referee was in the way, and players just couldn't stop their momentum. UWC. Closed down very quickly. 40 minutes in the bag. UWC.
Well, for young Buffaloes, they have constantly played a 4-3-3, and sometimes the load on Tenanile is a bit much. Perhaps Ndlovu or Dlamini can be an element of surprise.
Well, definitely. Tenanile, who got a couple of goals. She's been kept captive by UWC. They know how dangerous Tenanile can be. And when you give her the room and you give her the space, she will punish you. But she's had so much of defensive work to do in this match that she hasn't been allowed to find the space. She hasn't been allowed to find a rhythm because it's been one-way traffic. UWC talking about almost an own goal. That would have been a beauty from Futi. She knows, but she apologizes, Futi. That was a ball just aiming for Knox. The bounce coming in and Futi connects, but she's tried to clear that ball, but these kind of things happen. And that ball just skidding over the woodwork or over the bar. It's a corner. Manengela to take the corner. Leading by 2 goals. UWC. Gamede losing out. Knox wins it back. Kalulu. Look at the Knox. The way she swivels, forces the keepers on the back foot. Mchamban. Well, Knox, who has played a football in France. She also played a football in Mexico and decided, no, that's not for her. She's coming back home. Lona Temba Mhlongo. Here's Tiffany Korki. She has Manengela to aim for. Tiffany Korki stopped in her tracks. Mchambane making hash of. Here's Knox. Tried to just put her foot in and scoop that ball in her favor. But the referee says, no, Knox, not like that. Not like that. Let's play nice. Gamede. Koketso. KK. Koketso. KK. There's a Kalulu. Ha! Knox. 2 minutes to the first half. They've got the goals. It's very businesslike. Antonia forced backwards. There's Koketso. KK Koketso. Koketso Mamabolo. She is known as KK by her friends. Is Koketso Mamabolo. We just want to say congratulations to the best 11 that was selected in the group stages. And I had, an interesting time to share the team with a few locals. And they were so impressed with a number of UWC players. So we sat down and decided to give them names. And I will release them slowly. Still biting away. Amukelang. We've decided she's the navigator, Osuri. Kamede, the pit bull. Well, that's one she carries with her. Antonia Mamabolo is available. Here's Antonia Maponya. Here's Koketso. She loses out. She loses out to Malinga. Throw in by Antonia Maponya. Maponya leaves it, and this time leaves it for Nomvuyo. Antonio. Koketso. Battle is Antonia. Spy 2. There's Koketso. Kamede. Kamede goes backward to Lona Temba. Lona Temba to her right-hand side to Zondi. Ball in the box! Off the woodwork. There's Knox. She's not done yet. And the referee says offside. Hand is up. Your summary of the first half, Esther.
Well, if I look at Antonia in the left back and Tiffany at the right back, they have a good understanding of the roles as fullbacks. The cover for them, they just need to be on point to avoid exploitation on the other side. As for Young Buffaloes, conceding the first goal in the earlier first half has affected them a lot. And
bypassing that midfield. So the plan for Young Buffaloes will have to change in the second half. It will definitely have to change. Well, we've seen some comebacks. We've seen some great comebacks. We've only had one team that had not scored first and came back to win the match.
It was actually a miracle. It was not expected. It was a miracle.
5 goals in that match as referee Messi brings an end to the first 45 minutes. Young Buffaloes on the back foot against UWC. Bongega Gamede registering her name on the goal on the scorecard. And you can see the players getting into a huddle. They've done the job in the opening half, and sure for coach Tina Sonkembuli, she's looking at her players and saying, well done. They've booking a spot in the final, but for now the game is not done yet. They need to be very calm. They need to be we confirm the scoreline. It's UWC 2, Young Buffaloes no. Gamede and Manengela getting onto the score sheet. Well, here are the highlights we put together for you. Gorky on the right-hand side brought in a cross. That was basically the telling moment of the indication of how the coach wants to play. Manengela pulling out at the right moment. Again, it's coming from that right side where the goalkeeper was holding on to Mchambane, and that is the foul that
Improving, Malawi football is improving. When we are going to play this COSAFA, I think we'll go much better.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
That's Maggie Chombo Sadiq, their assistant coach for the Malawi national women's football team, as well as a coach for Nyasa Big Bullets women. As it is actually standing right now at halftime, it's going in favor of University of Western Cape, who are actually leading with 2-0. We'll be back for the second half of the last semi-final Champions Women's League.
Welcome back to the second half. Just to bring you up to speed, we confirm the scoreline. It is the winner of Group A, UWC, up against the runner-up of Group B in Young Buffaloes. They are neighbors. They know a lot about each other. And in today's match, they certainly will be exchanging more than just greetings. Lessons that are to be learned. Talking about players on the park, UWC scored by Gamede and a penalty by Manengela. It is UWC that is making a change. Pilisa Mjambane comes out for Ndlovu, and Holweni comes on. And Koketso Mamabolo gives way for Holweni. That is a ball that quickly goes comfortably into the hands of the goalkeeper there. Yes, Gorky. Gorky will need to whip that ball in very quickly, but there's not that many blue shirts to aim for. Stopped in her tracks is Koketso. Zondi. It's a throw-in for UWC. Holweni. She's just come on. Is Holweni. Good cross. That just going over the bar. 2-0 in favor of the students. They say this exam, they prepared well for this exam as UWC. Domfigile Ndlovu. That's definitely one of the changes made. Nondimiso is the player to have given way, number 15. Koketso KK is still in the field. That ball just bouncing all the way. This game has definitely been pedestrian. The exciting flow of the game has now been taken away. There's a little bit of anxiety. The players seem concerned about how many are they going to concede instead of trying to settle into their own game.
Well, Young Buffaloes, there are a number of injuries on their side, which require the coach to move the players around, showing flexibility.
I think so. I really do think so. The flexibility that you see is players being switched around all over the park. You know, usually, for example, you're looking at a player like Duba, who's playing up front. You look at Tenanile, is another one who is a goal scorer, but she's finding herself deeper. But she's come out in the second half, taking a position up front, but what she needs is the supply. Here's Knox. Koketso. As Domfigile Ndlovu creating space. Ndlovu. And that's a free kick to UWC. Spesihle Ndlovu seems to have left her gun at home. Gamede, who just knows how to find the back of the net from these standard situations. It's Holweni is available, and so is Kamede. Kamede scored 2 goals from standard situation. Holweni is also interested in this one, and she leaves it keeper. Kamede. Qinile Dlamini. She asks one of her centre backs to take this ball and hack it forward in search of Portia Malinga, who came on. Tela Malangeni also came on. Nogutula, but it's UWC Koketso. As Holweni, Kamede. Kamede finds Knox. Knox just getting a touch on that and losing out. Kamede. Gorky coming back. Does well to come from the front is Gorky. You have to compliment her work rate.
Well, if you must know, UWC is the first university to actually compete in this tournament, and they finished as runners-up to the Brazilians in the Hollywood Bets Super League last season.
They've been finishing second for the past 3 seasons, is UWC, and they've struggled to get past Mamelodi Sundowns, but here they have an opportunity to book a place in the final, and that's against Gaborone United. So it is definitely a new name on the trophy. It's Green Buffaloes or Mamelodi Sundowns, and there'll definitely be a new champion that is on Saturday, crowned after a grueling 10 days of some enterprising football. Zondi. Kamede. Lonatemba Mhlongo. Shagaza. Lonatemba. Kalulu. Here's Knox. Kalulu Kesan. Knox. Kalulu. Knox. What does she do? Knox. Kalulu. On the edge of the box is Kamede. Ball falls away from her, and she tried to whip it in. Holweni plays it with the captain. Sakaza goes to Zondi. Zondi back to Kamede. Kamede has Koketso. Koketso picks her head up, looking for an oncoming Zondi. Zondi brings in Ndlovu, plays the 1-2 with Zondi. Zondi on the ball, seeing a lot of the ball, UWC, and not giving away possession. Kamede on the ball, looking for the run by Knox. Knox does well, keeper also comes out. Ball rotation is impressive, UWC. When you give them the room, they will be able to find the players with such ease. That is UWC. Clean bill of health. It's pretty much a similar style of play. The only difference is that they haven't given an opportunity to young Buffaloes to get involved. Buffaloes finding a rare moment to get into the opposition half as Kamede tidies up. Maponya will send it up front. Knox will give chase. Ndlovu will try and thread that ball through. Ndlovu. Kamede. Koketso. Mhlakaza. Antonia. Ndlovu. There's Knox. Kalulu. Knox. Knox. Kalulu. You're going to really enjoy yourself, and the people would definitely want to see more of that. Zondi, Koketso. Good control. Holweni brings that ball down, stretching the play, using that wing play to great effect. Yes, Knox playing the 1-2. Holweni beaten to the ball. Tied it up, Nogutula. Malinga, Koketso. Kamere. Antonia. Here's Holweni. Anyway, we'll do for Buffaloes. A coach wants them to turn around and launch a counter-attack. Zamin, Ndlovu, who's just come on. Ndlovu is looking for Korki. She's the only player in the boxes, Tiffany. She'll give up that chase. "55 minutes on the clock." Korki. Malinga. Well, here is Knox. Kalulu Kasane. Here's Knox. This is the skill. Swerving and waltzing away, and a no-look pass to end that move.
Well, Futi has to stay on her feet much longer to keep up with Noxie. And we are working their midfield. Noctula must drop a little and sometimes have 5 in defense to deal with the quick balls rotation of the UWC.
You know, talking about the rotation of the ball, you know, when UWC put that ball down and start knocking it about, it is very difficult. So you do need a Noctula dropping, maybe giving them to have 5 instead of 4 at the back to try and diffuse the situation. Because when you look at a Knox, who's given so much of room and space to show you the skill that she has, that is the kind of player you got to really close down very quickly. You have to close her down because she will definitely be quick. And the supply and support from her is just amazing. Free kick. Ndwandwe. There's a player that they need in Young Buffaloes that can inject hope, that can give them back the composure, and it's that player, Tenanile. Goalkeeper was lucky. That ball went through her, and she took the flight of the ball and was quick to release that. And this is what happened. The blushes. It was a high ball. Keeper called it. And Lucky didn't go anywhere behind the goal mouth. And this, just to look at it again, there's no harm. Does well to collect it. Very nicely done. And goalkeeper Spesihle Dlamini. Futi Malinga. Here's a chance for Young Buffaloes. You know, I'm sure the players are saying, when they look at UWC, they think there's more than 11 players on the park. And Knox goes down. Knox is still on the ground. She's holding on to, holding on to her feet. Knox got a free kick. She just needs to stop her in her tracks is already stretching her strides. There's the moment. The two-footed challenge there. Knox going through. And that's where she stands on her foot. This match is fast reaching the 1 hour mark. And Holweni is over the ball. Trinile has 3 players in the wall. 3 players by Holweni to protect that attempt. Holweni, keeper. And goal kick. Trinile. Kamed. Ndlovu. Gorky is on the run. Ndlovu does well, gets there first, wins the race. Is Smangele Sokodze. Ndlovu. She's got the throw in. Yes, Gorky. Gorky runs away from a challenge, but again, Smangele does well. It's a throw-in for UWC. In actual fact, a corner for UWC. 6th corner of the match. Ball in the air. Ndlovu makes a connection, but keeper does well. And questions been asked from Zondi. Lona Tsemba plays it with the keeper. Keeper sends it to Holweni. Koketso in the midfield. Gorky on the right-hand side. Good control by Gorky. She'll want to take the players on to create space for herself. She has Ndlovu in space. Ndlovu could turn and shoot the quick 1-2. She continued her run as Gorky needs a quality cross. Finds a keeper coming through that can't handle. Ndlovu walks it in. UWC get the goal. Ndlovu's first goal in this match. Domfigile Ndlovu. Domfigile Ndlovu. Gorky did well to continue a run, and Ndlovu asked for the service. She received it, and keeper made a mistake and was punished by Domfoot. That is the final nail in the coffin for Young Buffaloes. They're not coming back from this one. They're not coming back from this one. Koketso. Gorky does some good defensive work. Zondi. Holweni. Kameda. Lona Tsemba. Kameda makes a mistake. Young Buffaloes goes asleep, and Koketso tidies up. They call her KK. Ndlovu, KK, Koketso, Kameda. Antonia. The bookies have collected And I've given you an idea of the bets as Amogelang comes in. Suri. This is the fourth change. She comes on. Amogelang gets the captain's armband from Bongega Kabede. So Amogelang comes in, and jersey number 19 and number 13 of Young Buffaloes also coming in and making a change. That's Mazwi Dube. Dube comes in for Nogutula. She has just come in. Whoa! The keeper followed that from Holweni, but what she was asking questions from distance. Well, this is what Holweni did. She let rip from distance, and the keeper wouldn't have known anything about that. It was a very well-worked ball, a good strike from Holweni. Amu, they call her Suri. She navigates her way. Suri. Holweni. Koketso, KK. Amogelang, Suri. The navigator. Zondi. Zondi goes out to Antonia Maponya. Maponya is out far on the left-hand side. Karuru is waiting for a pass, doesn't get it. Here's Ndlovu, the goal scorer, the scorer of the third goal in this match. We've seen 3 goals already.
And their ball possession of UWC is on point, and they keep pressing on the Young Buffaloes. They keep knocking on their door.
Well, you have to. You can't rest. You need those goals. People have paid to get to the venue to come and watch, and goals is what keeps them excited. Some have put money in terms of bets. Some have got chocolates on the line, and you have to pay up. Whether they bet, you know what is so difficult about the game? I'm going to remind you of a player called Sturridge of Liverpool. Sturridge of Liverpool bet on himself that he was going to score a goal in a certain minute, what type of goal he was going to score, and that kind of ended his career. For exactly that, betting in football, Sturridge.
So we have to be careful when betting, yeah?
Yeah, no.
Whether it's chocolate or a cow.
Whether it's a cow. Well, there's a player who took a little bit of a nibble on the ankles, and when you look at Young Buffaloes, they've had quite a
number of injuries, plus a red card on their side.
Yeah, I think it's really been that kind of tournament for Coach Fezi Wethope to use players in different positions due to injuries. At one stage, they almost had a ward full of their players.
It has been a real test from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm calling them personally that they are survivors.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Are they going to survive this one?
No, the scoreline is way too expensive, if I could call it that way. It's too much to handle. 3 goals against a well-polished UWC. And it will definitely be very difficult. Amu, Suri, Zondi. She picks her head up and looking for a player, making a run. Korki just steps out of the way. Ndlovu. She finds Zondi. Zondi just keeps the ball. Amu's available. That's why they call her Suri. She looks for all the better parts. She looks for the shortcuts. Korki does well to ride away from a challenge. But that's when you talk about difference in stature. Just a slight nudge to get her out of the way. I actually heard Ndwandwe say to Gorky, "Go and play under 14. This one is not for you."
She was confident about her physique.
Yeah. Keeper collects. It's not even about physique, it's presence. It's the ability to make sure that defenders know where they are and strikers must know their place. Amu, Antonia. "70 minutes, 20 minutes to go." This is a repeat of 2023 countries in the final, South Africa and Botswana. Here's the moment. Fikile trying to bend her run and she didn't do it quick enough. That is the offside. Ndlovu, Koketso races on, forcing Ndwandwe to give away a corner. It's an 8th corner for UWC. Koketso will remain in that center circle. Gorky comes out. She knows she's not the tallest. Knox decides she'll take the corner. UWC just making sure that they awake. Here's a chance for UWC. Missed in the air. Young Buffaloes falls for Knox. Knox, Kalulu, Kasan. Holweni. If you give Holweni space and she's direct in front of the goalkeeper, you are rest assured that the net is going to bulge. So they're doing ever so well defensively is Nomvuyo and Smangele to deprive Holweni an opportunity to take the strike. As a very relaxed Tina Sonkembuli, assistant to Desiree Ellis, and just giving instructions to the player she brings on. And the ice, not for me. Ice, this is how she got injured. Clashed with her own player, and Holweni also in the thick of things, trying hard not to step on her. But good to see Welile up on her feet. You know, players are normally advised to take a ice bath. Bringing on another very robust player in Esi, Tiffany Gorky. The player to come out is Knox. Kaya Esi.
That's an applaud for Knox. She came in, she did her part. We are calling her Kalulu in Malawi, a rabbit in English. She has done her job. That was an applaud. You can go sit down on your bench.
Well, for the rabbit, as they call her, Kalulu, Knox has done the job. It was very difficult for the defenders to close her down. And coming on is Esi. Antonia. Ndlovu, she has Tlesi to aim for. Ndlovu needs a cross. Tlesi comes in. Close. Announces her entry to the match by beating the goalkeeper to the ball.
UWC, they're actually showing that they have experience. When I'm talking about experience, I'm talking about the likes of Fikile Magama that featured in Banyana squad, and they...
Yes, no, Zeno! Beauty! Gorky finally gets a goal. Tiffany Gorky finally gets a goal. Corky gets a goal. And the scoreline is now 4-0. That's Tiffany Corky. After all the hard work, she gets a hug from all the players as Tiffany Corky. It was a ball, a mistake made, and she benefited. And keeper had no chance. Corky, she got a beautiful ball received from Welly Ndwandwe. And Corky was happy to receive. And good control with the right foot. Picked a spot and made sure she got onto the score sheet. So it's a goal for Corky. For no drubbing of Corky, Ndlovu, Kamede. They're soon going to run out of space to put the names. "15 minutes to go to the 90. Clesi's come on. Clesi's more of a problem in the attacking third of UWC. The defenders of Young Buffaloes have been torn. They've been shredded into pieces. Here's Antonia. Amu. Lovely ball. Yes, Corky. 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 Another save. Yes, Corky. Laying it back for Amu. Koketso. Koketso Mamabolo. As Tiffany Corky. She had plenty of space on the right-hand side is Tiffany Corky. Koketso Mamabolo. As Koketso. Clesi looking for Ndlovu. Simnikiwe. Koketso. Koketso again. Corky with acres of space. They want to say arrest this child. Arrest this player. She's definitely causing the problems. She can play back. Is Koketso available? Here's Amukelang losing out. An important touch by Celiwe. Here's Simnikiwe. Simnikiwe goes to Lona Temba Mhlongo. Coach is asking her to make a run forward. Lona Temba Mhlongo. Here's Lona Temba. Again, acres of space is Corky. They've got to keep an eye on Corky.
They have to arrest Corky. Corky must be arrested.
She has to be. If they're not going to realize the damage that she's causing, Amukelang spotting the run coming from the wide area. Antonia, quality ball, keeper. Corky comes in, brings it back inside the box. Off the chest, Clesi was about to shoot. They had to tidy up. Another change by UWC. Antonia Maponya has had a decent day at the office. Antonia Maponya, and in comes Ikona. In comes Zikona. Keeper makes a mistake. Koketso! Koketso! She gets a goal. 5 of the best. With 10 minutes to go, there's no coming back.
There is no coming back from that. And how would you come back from that? It is actually 5 goals, UWC, Young Buffaloes 0. You can't come back from that.
5 goals. Koketso Mamabolo. She gets a goal this afternoon. was the build-up. Good ball rotation. Keeper made a save, but was not able to hold that back. Very quick to respond was Koketso, and she gets her goal. 5-0 in a semi-final, and the blankets is out. They all go down. UWC have kept a clean sheet. When you're looking at the number of goals that they've scored, UWC have now scored 10 goals in this tournament, the most by any team, and they've conceded 2 goals. Absolutely lethal. Young Buffaloes have now conceded 7 goals with a goal difference of -1. Shredded, taken to the cleaners. Zondi. As UWC Ndlovu. Another chance offside is the call. As Ndlovu and Tesi had strayed in an offside position. Keeper just plucking that. Holweni. She does pack a shot, is Mulelo Holweni. Toe poking that away from the goal mouth. Yes, Koketso. Koketso still looking for Suri. Here's Holweni. Holweni's got Tombi Figile. Tombi Figile is looking for Koketso. Koketso can go all the way back. Tombi Figile does well to turn. Tombi Figile does well. And losing the ball, Amu. Amu has Zondi. Zondi on the ball. UWC. Plessy. Korki. Ball is still in play. Using a pace. Being held back. And a free kick to UWC. Korki, good control to keep that ball in play, and Korki tries to get around the defender, and but Sile says, "No, I've had enough. Let me just hold her back a little bit." Ball into the box, and this time tied it up by Smangela Sekond. Amu Suri, Amukelang Suri, Mutau. Sne, Amukelang, decent ball. Here's Holweni. Holweni still keeps possession. Here's Tracy. They're not in a hurry to get the 6th one, which is possibly coming. Amu, decent ball. Korki, offside. Another offside call. We've lost count of the offside, and a smile from Poloso. She's going to get an explanation. He says that was very close, Korki. But one would want to see from the run, when that ball was released, where was Korki?
She was already in front.
Goal kick. Yes, Korki defending from the front. Yes, Koketso forced backwards. Koketso. Welly Ndwandwe just kicking her on the ankles. Welly Ndwandwe getting a yellow card for Welile. She says, I couldn't deal with the 1-2. 1-2. She gets the yellow card. And this is what it is. She says, I'm struggling to deal with this. And all she did was to clip her ankles. Sondi plays it back. And a foul. Losing focus, losing concentration. Turnover ball to Young Buffaloes. Turnover ball to Young Buffaloes. Here's a chance for Smangele. Ball not dealt with, and anyway will do for UWC. Ball on the far side of the field, Ndlovu. The changes that Coach Sinasonke has made. Ndlovu came on and scored a goal. Tombi Figile came on and scored the goal. The impact of the players that come in to the match. Fesi is looking for her goal. Welile. Clearance. It's a huge clearance by Welile. Amukhalang. Back to Zondi. Zondi all the way back to Mhlagaza. Mhlagaza playing well with Lona Temba Mhlongo. Holweni. Kokets. Zondi losing out. Amu giving chase, does well to win it back. There's Amu looking for Holweni, and that turn was enough to draw a foul. Mazwi Dube could not deal with Holweni. Mazwi Dube could not deal with the turn from Holweni. Amukhelang Mutao Suri. Amu try and get just behind the defense. And a penalty. There's a penalty. Immediate decision made by the referee. Penalty on the 90th minute. Penalties given. UWC can make it the biggest and the highest scoreline in a semi-final match, and also the game with the most number of goals thus far. They take that record from Young Buffaloes, who had it at 4-0. It's Holweni given the responsibility to take the 6th one. Does she put it in the back of the net? Gcinile Dlamini against Sibulele Holweni. She packs a shot, places it well. Sibulele Holweni, she's not going to miss, not from that close. For you, Esther, this tournament comes to an end. And looking at Sibulele Holweni, bringing 6 goals, what a way to say farewell.
Well, I have seen and witnessed UWC growing confidence with every game. Of course, they lost in the first one with the Green Buffaloes 1-0, but they got to face the second game with purpose. FC Ongos was on the receiving end, and at the end of the tongue, they lashed out, and we can see the results today.
That is the penalty. Holweni, goalkeeper, could not move, rooted to the ground. Six goals in the match, 6-0 demolition. Here's Holweni, Sibulele Holweni, 2 minutes of referee's optional time. And this is the end of the match. And one would look at and expect any minute now that the referee will blow his whistle. Well, Esther, it's been a pleasure to work alongside you for this tournament.
I would just like to say a few words to COSAFA. To COSAFA for giving me the opportunity. I thank you. To my people of Malawi, I sign out with grace, humility, and appreciation to be led by the legend herself, Gloria, who spent sleepless nights in coaching me, the chosen one. Zikomo Kwambili, from me, Esther Banda, Shidron.
Well, Shidron signs out. Shidron signs out after a fantastic time at the office with Esther Banda alongside me. What a way to wish her farewell as she continues to find a position back behind the lens where she belongs. That is a moment that she has to cherish. This moment that COSAFA has given to drive the passion of women's football, to drive the passion of the ladies who continue to contribute immensely to the game. One can only but appreciate the opportunities that have been awarded. UWC, on the other hand, appreciate this moment. 6 goals to the good. It has been a wonderful day at the office. Kamede Manengela, Ndlovu Gorki, Koketso, and Holweni. 6 goals to the good. Here are the highlights. It was very intentional from Young Buffaloes to start pretty early to ask the questions of goalkeeper Gcinile Dlamini. But I think that was the beginning and the end of the show for Young Buffaloes. Ndlovu came on, scored the goal. Gorki came on, contributed to the show. Goalkeeper could not hold on as Ndlovu punished a very, very determined Young Buffaloes. Holweni took range from distance, but Korki, who fought on the right-hand side, found the space to get her first goal of the tournament, peeling away from the defenders and making sure that she gets her name also on the score sheet. UWC made light work, keeper made a mistake. The follow-up by Koketso was enough to give it the 5th goal of the match. Keeper could not hold on. A long-range shot made sure that Koketso Mamabolo gets her name on the score sheet. They got their blankets. They went to sleep literally on the corner flag, and it was Amukelang Mutao, her ball, penalty, the use of the hand to seal a horrible day in the office that Coach Fezile will want to rather forget quickly, and a penalty was given. The penalty was given to Holweni, and Holweni obliged. That was the 6th and the final goal of the game on the day. Sibulelo Holweni that came off the bench to score the shot. Let's go to the touchline, and before then, just having a look at the players who get into a huddle and exchange greetings. And this was absolutely fantastic. This was a demolition of Young Buffaloes. They were chewed by UWC, taught a lesson as the exam continued. Let's go down to the interview area, and that is with Mwakere to give you her views.
Congratulations, woman of the match. How exciting is it? We apologize for that. How exciting now, you can go on.
Oh, I'm very excited, as I said, and I'm very speechless. I have no words to describe the emotions. Yeah, I'm just thankful.
You're through to the final in your debut participation of this tournament. How are you approaching the final as an individual who has been outstanding?
That will start mentally, and yeah, and not take things for granted, because this tournament has been hard and we've been fighting as a team, so we're going to continue doing that. What's going to happen on the day of the final will happen on that day. So I would say football is just a game of moments, so I don't know.
We'll allow you to enjoy the moment. Congratulations and all the best into the final.
Thank you so much.
That's the woman of the match for University of Western Cape, saying they will enjoy the moment as they head into their final. Now we've got a coach for Young Buffaloes who has actually lost in this particular encounter. Your assessment of the performance?
We didn't perform very well. Firstly, I would like to say congratulations to UWC. We lost to a better team.
You talked about hitting them on counter-attacks that were very impossible with how they were possessing the football. What lessons are you taking from this tournament?
We respect the UWC. That's why we were unable to continue with the counter. So from this tournament, I think we have learned a lesson, and I think it will help us going forward. Otherwise, I'm proud of my players playing up until this far.
Tough luck and all the best.
Thank you.
That's coach for Young Buffaloes there, saying she's very proud of her girls despite not reaching the final, but they respect and they're happy that they have lost to a better team. Now we've got a coach for University of Western Cape. Congratulations, you are through to the final in your debut participation of the CAF Champions Women's League. Your assessment of how your girls performed?
Oh, it's been a tough one for us since day one up until today. But I think credit to the girls for pushing. Even if we didn't get the results we wanted in the first game, but we kept on saying the motto for the tournament has been one game at a time. Even now, it's not done. We still have one more.
Conceding 2 goals only through to the final, some momentum to take through to the final round.
Yeah, I think again our back 4, including back 5, if you include the goalkeeper, they've been good for us. Some games where when we needed her, she was there for us. So, but it's overall performance, man. I think, like I said to you, want to control the game with the ball. So if we have the ball, opposition has less chances to create chances. But where we needed our back five to save us, they were there. So clean sheet again, but again, it's compliment to the back five.
What lessons are you taking from group stages all the way to the semi-final, and now you're actually in a final facing Gaborone United, a team that you've actually watched play?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I watched them. This was my second game watching them now. A team that can play. You can see there are a lot of experience from the players that are playing for the Botswana national team. So again, if we give them space and time on the ball, we'll have a problem. But at least we have one day to watch now with the purpose of analyzing them for the final match. But they're a good side. We won't take them for granted. I think they're the only team that didn't lose a game in this tournament. So that should say a lot about them.
Congratulations and all the best into the final.
Thank you.
That's coach for University of Western Cape saying that they are actually happy with the performance and they will not take anything for granted about their performance in their debut participation of this particular tournament, and they will be facing Gaborone United. So this is how the semi-final for the 4th edition of the COSAFA qualifiers has actually gone. A lone goal in the first semi-final going in favor of Gaborone United against Herentals Queens of Zimbabwe. And now the highest margin so far in the tournament has gone in favor of University of Western Cape. They're the team enjoying their moments of now the final is set. It's University of Western Cape from South Africa facing a debutant as well in Gaborone United from Botswana to see who get the second place, because the first team is already through in Mamelodi Sundowns to represent COSAFA region at the CAF Champions League. And this one is kicking off at exactly 2 o'clock, 1 hour earlier than how it has actually been. So it's been a beautiful semi-final and two teams are actually through to the final. We'll see you on Saturday on the 24th of August 2024 when we will see who will represent COSAFA at the Continental Showpiece.